Great. So, updating the warrior philosopher, what we're doing on the warrior pillar. So, the warrior pillar, the point is to develop a online program, something that has a specific goal that achieves the whole flywheel project of the warrior philosopher. So, I'm just making it to really condensing the problem so we can seed fund the project, get more money. And it's put me in a really interesting position because now I'm in absolute authority. And I mean that in a way like, wow, it's a lot of responsibility. So in these couple days, so I put together a sales team concluding today. Now I have 3 people to work the project with. The key goal of this sales team is to have that established, create that seed income, and then really focus on what we do with the sovereign services. And we're going to do that through DFC and get the sponsors for that. That's going to be bigger deals, big deals, bigly. And that way that brand can grow. We can make more money. Everything produces. And of course, that also aids the sovereign retreat, which is a Grand Slam offer. Still in the works, right? Because trying to solidify that. So this is the whole point of creating this training. And now I have these people working with me. They're like, man, it's a lot of responsibility. But now I put the face of the project. I'm the face of the project. We're not going to be doing, it's been really hard looking for bigger leads when it comes to marketing and things like that. Or even look like the work with DFC, right? Or with my other partners. Is that it's been a lot of trial and effort, but the money isn't there, but the roots are going deep. So it takes, the roots are setting and the fruits will be there, and they must be watered and maintained with patience. With patience, right? So after that, the sales team is going to be able to handle these higher tail leads for the sponsors. So we could deal with big money for the events, for the fighters, for the individual schools. And then when I had the bottleneck of having too much clients, I can just create this deal with the gym, which opens, again, this win-win scenario for everybody. But concentrating in on this particular product of the warrior pillar. So here is where I'm going to test, having the cohort, teaching them real martial arts, yet being custom, yet being one-on-one, but having them as a cohort where we do the once a week. We'll train together, ask me anything, and we work together remotely. And this helps part of the integration of the networking, of planning and execution, developing the structures, and by the end of the cohort, the goal is to have the student walking on their own, right? To feel confident that they really learn all this stuff and they can do it. And we're still part of it. We're part of we're trying to integrate the great work together. So I hope that makes sense, So that's where I'm at right now with that. So I'm really excited. I just have to finish up the script and then we're ready to go. And I use my frameworks. I developed these frameworks that I used this framework model that I made I did a ChatGPT deep research, and I used Alex Hormozy's books. I used this Dan Code deep work framework. I used Joseph Rodriguez. I used various scripts from different companies that I work with. Not necessarily like their script word for word, but it's like, what is the framework? Why does this work? And piece it together like that. And then I develop scripts for me individually. I use that framework to make scripts for other companies for different campaigns. So it really helped for me to solidify these documents, which I actually done for DFC already. I'm ahead of it, be it for the casino campaigns or be it for anything that's dealing with the state, or blue collar things like restaurants, hotels, etc. I've done the same thing with my work with Donnie. Now we're at that level, so we're now he's ready to really push the real estate. But again, I've done the bulk of the work in advance using my frameworks, where I have all that ready to go, and how to equip a sales team if I had a sales team for that. But now I'm at like, okay, I broke it down, like what I took from Sean. I need to break the problem down really, really small. And again, I'm like, all right, so the goal is 5 clients, $1,000. Again, comparatively speaking, and then with other um, people that do the similar services that I've worked with, my brand is above and beyond. I don't need to do all this fake social proof. Da, da, da. It's easy. I just have to put my face on it. And now look, it forced me, like, again, authority. Now I'm like, it's me, my responsibility. It's my face on it. And when I went to my guys, you know what I do, you know who I am. You guys see the philosophy of the project. I know it sounds out there and it's crazy, but I hope you start to understand where I'm going with this. With that in mind, fuck it. Let's do this so we get to the next stage. But we're still doing everything, all of our goals. I hope it's not getting too dark. It's pretty dark, but I know the camera does very good. Looks like rain is coming. But yeah, now I have a core trustworthy sales team that we're going to grow together. All our projects cross, but I have to be the face and the helm, authority, responsibility. And it's literally, like the path, walking it in itself. So I have that ready, deploy. I know I'll be able to handle the lessons, and then I'll get to the next cap, which is, we're going to deal with next level problems, but it's good problems. It's like, we need that seed money. So in a way, it feels heavy that, we are all in this tough situation. I'm like, wait a minute, but if I put this together, now I'm getting all my guys paid. Right? Now I'm not coming for help. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Look what we have. And now they have faith in me. I'm literally leading from the front. And I'm making sure that they know, like, hey, this is about me. I'm not trying to be a guru, but I think if I put the face on it, if I take the responsibility for it, it's me. This is the goal. All right, so let's do it. And that's the energy. So it's going to go really well. Use this to update the channel as a practical evolution of the project that I want to share up there. That's probably going to look really cool later on. If I'm able to stay consistent with this, which is the idea, and we all grow together in a sovereign community and build a project and see the evolution of it as it goes along, and to inspire other people to, like, yeah, just work together, do what you need to do. Stop. The conventional way is not going to help us. The conventional way is a fucking job that then will cast you, chew you up, spit you out, and not give a fuck. And then you're sick. You're sick. You're old. You didn't do anything, and now you're like, I got to work for this double time, man. And that will, again, something I said in the previous video, the realization for me, I'm like, even if I'm like doing a part-time work or grinding out something else, I'm eventually still going to have to build this stuff. I'm like, no, but look, now that I jumped all the way in, I see the path in front of me, and it's going to go good. It's rough. It feels like I'm swimming a lot, but I'm very confident now. We put together a good team, and the goal is very clear. It's not crazy. And after we hit that 5K mark, it's really easy to go to the next point. We just need the freaking seed money. All right. Harold here. Thank you for watching. Hope this is valuable. Love to hear what you think. And have a good evening. Us.